From trenches to an abandoned outpost, war scenes to a thriller, let's talk about The Bunker. Let's talk about. So, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. Once again, we are not live streaming, we are offline, but we are putting something here, right? So, yeah. So, very recently, actually, yesterday, I watched the movie The Bunker. My mom told about that movie for a long time now, and we will do a quick review and a little bit explanation and my thoughts about the movie. The movie begins in a war scene in trenches. These are these English soldiers in World War One. In the trenches, the English soldiers are talking. Some of them are younger than the others. Some of them are like more experienced soldiers or more high-ranked soldiers. The scenes take place at the same environment, and then some people come in and some people go. The lieutenant come in and he's a bit upset that the men left their outpost, left their positions, and yeah, so that goes like that. And one of them explains a story about a scary story about the, I guess, the man digging underneath. He says that they can be below us. They've been living down there. Maybe it's not a man, but it's something else. So the lieutenant and the group of men looks forward at the German outpost, and yeah, one of the guys uh, says to his lieutenant about that Germans left their outpost, and he's surprised, and he summons his men, all of the men, and he insists that they should go and take that outpost, as it would be such a great achievement, because conquering a whole outpost without spending one man would be a great achievement. He insists that they should go and take it, and they're going, and they're crouching, they're crawling and going to that outpost. They're going like almost like one by one. They're going in a line, one at a time or two at a time, something like that. A German soldier, he holds one of the Englishmen. Some of them are Americans, by the way, but like two or three of them. But they're all English soldiers. And one of the German soldiers who is about to die holds an Englishman, and he says bitte, bitte, it means please. He says some things else, but I don't know German too much, so he is like begging, and he is asking for maybe help, or maybe he's warning for whatever is up there. But one of the soldiers killed the man who has been held, because the man is making too much sound, like that car passing us. And yeah, before he can explain what the hell what he was talking about, he is dead, and they're going to the outpost, and they find this bunker door, but it's been closed from outside, and they're a bit surprised about that, and they open the door, and it's an iron door actually. They open it up, and the door falls down, and they enter the bunker. Soon after, they were shelled. I guess they were under constant shelling and shakes, and the door to outside of the bunker seals up by the debris, and they are stuck inside. And one spoiler, actually, yeah, kind of spoiler, like the rest of the movie takes in that bunker, and which starts as a war movie, turns fast into a thriller, a scary movie kinda, actually, because they're stuck there. And I should say that the whole movie was slow paced. It's not something like Saving Private Ryan or Hacksaw Ridge, if you saw that war movies. The whole the whole movie was going slow, but looking at it fully, looking completely out of the picture, it was a good movie. But there are some scenes that might make you feel uneasy if you eat something. So I don't suggest you watch the movie if you are eating something, because there are some scenes that might be hard to watch when you're eating something. So it happened like that to me a little bit, and so a little bit of advice from me. And yeah, they are inside the bunker, and there is this booby trap. So kind of like there are traps in there. There are some light bulbs in the bunker, but the electricity is closed, and they're turning the power on, and the light comes into the bunker, and they see a man crucified, a German soldier crucified to, yeah, up there he's crucified. And yeah, it was actually a lot because they stick his hands with big swords. So they take off the swords and take off the barbed wires from him, and they're surprised why would anybody do to their own soldier like this. The Germans throw a gas bomb inside, and one of the men dies, and one of the men is stuck and he dies there. Actually, I've been thinking that maybe there were gas masks there in that bunker, so maybe one of the men could wear a gas mask and take one gas mask to put it over that man who was under the debris, who was one of their own. It doesn't matter actually, because it was a man after all, and they could have saved him, I guess. He would be under the debris, but he wouldn't die from the gas mask, so it was annoying, that part. I mean, I would have done different. And they keep digging trenches, they keep digging maybe for a way out or going to the next outpost, the German outpost. But yeah, like I said, soon after they began to experience weird stuff, and I've been thinking that maybe some black magic or something could be going on down here in this bunker. There was this man, when entering the bunker, he was itching, and this kept going on, this kept evolving in that bunker, and he kinda got sick, and he kept itching, and he then gone a bit crazy, and he started to cut himself with a gillette or some knife. It was a difficult, it was really because yeah, he said that some things were crawling under his skin. He says that when you think they are gone, but they're still there, and yeah, it was a bit difficult to watch actually. Yeah, and they stopped him later on, but when he was cutting himself, something ugly fell down on the ground, but none of the men saw it. It was like kind of like a bug or something. Yeah. So, anyways, the weirdness keeps going on, and when he wakes up, he's completely like mad, and he's not himself. And he attacks the soldiers and lieutenant, and then he vomits something, and he vomits something ugly. Like one by one, all of the men loses themselves, and yeah, that German soldier is talking only with one of the men, who is half Spanish and half American, I guess, because at some point he talks Spanish. And by the way, I will put the link of the movie, so possibly you can watch it if you wanna watch it. Maybe you can watch it free without buying it. So yeah, the German soldier tells about, like, it talks about sheep and the shepherd, and then devil in shepherd's robe and stuff like that. So it pales the shepherd who was bad or something. I don't know, but he indicates that something murky is going on. But yeah, by the way, there is this radio on that bunker, and they try to keep contact from the other side, the English forces, but it seems like some people will come to help, and they keep saying that they're stuck there.
What?
That is unless you can guarantee the prisoner's safety upon rescue.
Kurt? What does he have to do with this?
That information is classified, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Sometime in the movie, they open the cans of the foods, and all of them are like decayed. All of them are old and kind of like ugly things coming out of that food. It's not like some food getting old and stuff.
I'm sure you've never felt more alone, but you are wanted. Segura, you have proven your worth.
Like something fishy is going on in that place.
You are chosen.
What?
Then later on, this half Spanish, half American soldier opens that telephone box, and something ugly is beating, like it's something like a brain or something. It keeps beating, and he asks the German soldier who knows. It seems like who knows a lot of this stuff. After all, he was stuck there and stuff. His old man left him, and I don't know why I bore this, but no. And yeah, the German soldier tells the American soldier that this is the angel of war, neither lifeless nor deathless. He's like kind of an entity, and he says that it cannot be killed. And the soldier finally shuts around, because in the whole movie, like there are so little shots being fired in a war movie, which is a bit interesting. But he keeps shooting that being, and it has this blood, white blood coming out of it. When it takes shots, but it doesn't make sound, it doesn't feel anything. Possibly it doesn't die. Yeah, so turns out that voice on the other end was this being kind of like toying with them and stuff. This white bloods, by the way, kind of resembled Bishop's blood. That Bishop, you know, the robot, the android Bishop from Alien movie. You know, when he was doing that knife thing, he kind of bleed himself a little bit, and there was this white blood, white water coming out of him, like, you know, robotic white blood.
I thought you never missed, Bishop.
So this angel of death thing had kind of similar blood in my perspective. It appears so similar. And by the way, I like the acting of especially the lieutenant, because when the man was losing their control, and so was he, and he was digging as well at times, and he was so sweaty, and he was especially his screams, his shoutings were funny, and he portrayed that losing of control and losing the control of your sound and your self-will. He portrayed that very good, I think. So I liked his acting. And the cord of that telephone, the soldier kept pulling that, and it led to like some sort of like roots of tree. By the way, up there, up on the bunker, sometimes that soldier was having daydreams, like kind of hallucinations from that place, and so that place has some oddity. And the angel of death, that being, causes that oddity, I guess. Up there was a cross over that outpost, that bunker, I guess, because the hallucinations of that place was over there, I guess. And that cross was white over a tomb or something, and it kept dropping white droplets. And so in his hallucination he saw that, and honestly, white droplets were keep falling on the outpost, the bunker. So yeah, maybe up there was a tomb or something. Maybe like nameless soldier turned out to be angel of death. I don't know, but the German soldier says that this being cannot be stopped, and it feeds from wars, I guess. I don't know. And later on he tells that this thing needs a vessel, maybe to become something. And they began killing each other, and this soldier lives with another wounded man. This American soldier lives with another wounded man, and that wounded man was almost going to die, but American soldier calls for help, and some other soldiers come in, and they ask if the soldier wants to come with them, but he says no, there is one more. And this was a mistake, because he turns back there. The German soldier was also wounded in the actions, and when he turns there, he's completely dead and kind of dried out. And the American soldier solves a kind of like a flower opened, and inside it like a glowing ball with some triangular symbol on it. Ball looks like an opal ball, and I like opal stone. Yeah, because opal kind of like has a soul inside, so opal is a good stone. I mean, it's a beautiful stone. So the stone, that ball, the sphere, looks like an opal, and he doesn't take the stone, but the stone keeps emitting a sound, and then he finds himself in a hallucination again, and so on and so on. And he encounters this being made from like wood parts or something, like wooden, like kind of made of tree or something. And this thing is angel of death embodied, and let's call him he attacks the American soldier, and kind of like feelingless, faceless, and just being. The soldier cannot do anything, but he hid that booby trap they first encountered when entering the bunker. He hid it possibly because the men was losing their minds, and they could have used it to blow themselves or something else, possibly attack themselves with it or something. So he hid it, but he quickly digs it and ties that thing up, and then there's a sudden big explosion, and the shot from outside, and so this indicates the man is dead. Everyone else was dead actually by this point, but that man was also, the American soldier was also dead, and the movie ends there. But what do you think? Do you think that being was also dead? I'm not sure, like, since it didn't embody a human body, but kind of like an interesting wooden body, maybe body of its own, but it embodied something. Maybe that embodiment has been killed, but that being will survive, I think. Or maybe it stays, but it can survive until it's been found again, in the worst case scenario, but I don't think it will completely die, as the German soldier said so, indicated so, and it appears that this thing won't get hurt easily and won't die easily. So this is the movie. Tell me what you think about it, and since I so freshly watched the movie, I can say it was a good movie, but it can't come near the Saving Private Ryan or some, amazing movie like that. It was a good movie, but it was actually kinda interesting and has its own style. It wasn't a complete war movie, but rather a thriller and a scary movie, and a mysterious movie at that. Does it worth your money if you buy this? I don't know. It's up to you, since we will, like to spend money to awful things. Not all the time, but sometimes people spend their times to awful things like artist shit or something. There are some weird people that spend their money to weird stuff. But if you spend your money on to a movie, it will be a good thing actually. It won't be a weird thing. I'm not saying that. But I watched it for free, and I like to watch movies for free always, all the time. And I will put the link of the movie down below in the description, so hopefully you can watch it for free as well. And thank you so much for watching my video, and hopefully we can make more of these. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to my channel, and let's grow up together on this thing. Alright, so goodbye. I'm really chill.